in Arlington, Grand Prairie.
360 and Post and Paddock off that guys. Yes, open that little the DFW
Barber shop, barber and beauty shop, little clothing shop.
Yeah.
They just been there for like 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, you know, I'm just saying, DFW. I've been gone for a year, and I come home and I find black on.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we do.
See, still introducing y'all to the folks in our community.
In your community.
Come on.
So we really are live with Baba Amin and my Nkoyo, and they really in traffic right now. So we getting true traffic and Texas Trill live at 5 edition here on Do the Knowledge Radio. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a prop. That's not a background. Okay, this is real. It's really happening right now. I need y'all to know that Uhuru Academy is on the Geechee Trills is in Trill land. Okay, and they trilling through that traffic in the heat of the day. Okay.
In the heat of the day.
We got AC. It's real. Doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be home for about another week.
Another week.
Happy to be home. Getting ready to go celebrate the graduation of Miss Arabia Ross.
You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, and one of the first students to enroll in the Uhuru Academy 10 years ago. I believe she was just a second grader at the time, going into the third.
Yeah.
And we are graduating her today. So this is a powerful, powerful day, powerful occasion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
we getting ready to see what y'all in the traffic. Y'all just hold on, just stay calm, stay patient. We're going to get you through this traffic, wherever you are. If it's 5 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock and 4, and still people get off. They go in at 7 and get off at 4. So, it's still traffic. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you here on 360 and on 35 and Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, y'all definitely in some traffic. So we're gonna get you through it. We're gonna talk about the little things that go on.
I'm feeling a little political today too.
Okay, he's political, y'all. We're gonna talk politics.
I feel a little political.
We about to talk politics.
Is that automatically Omega?
Nope, I don't know. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, y'all, we figuring these things out. Hold on. We're going to talk politics. We're going to talk, what is?
What else is going on? Anything going on in Black celebrity land? Or
well, Beyonce is Black is King. Her music video or whatever you want to call it.
It's interesting to know how people feel about mainstream artists when they start embracing consciousness, but then they kind of play it safe too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you be like, that's cool. Well, I don't know. I haven't watched Black is King yet.
Well, based on the other things
I think that her and Jay pushed the envelope more than the rest.
Yeah.
But they're in more of a power position.
I was about to say they're able to. They're like are they billionaires yet? Is it billion?
Yeah, they're billionaires.
So they can push the envelope. You know what I'm saying?
So they push the envelope a little more, but even they draw the line. At certain spots, which I ain't dissing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, some of us who are unapologetically African, particularly those of us who are creative, we kind of side eye it because these are the same people that don't give creatives like us opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we won't attach the LGBTQ love to it, or you know what I'm saying, or I won't say, well, there's some good white people out there.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And so they kind of run away from us.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it gets trendy, when it gets trendy in society, they start mimicking us because they're getting the information from Black African-centered creatives and scholars. So they start mimicking the music that they won't put on, that they was turning down when the atmosphere was different. So now that the atmosphere is Black Lives Matter, instead of grabbing those who've been out here saying it unapologetically and say, you know what, Talib Kweli, or you know what, Baba Amin, or you know what, Dead Prez, Jay-Z. I did a song with y'all back in the day. Let me bring y'all back to the platform.
True that.
Let me bring y'all back to the platform now that we're in the public eye, and now I'm gonna feature you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so it can put a salty taste in an African-centered creative's mouth because it doesn't necessarily create more opportunity in that lane for you. But at the same time, it does open shit up for you in your own lane.
Okay.
You know, so there's a couple ways of looking at it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when they push the envelope a little further this way, that gives us leeway to keep pushing the envelope and kind of slide in, and people not as scared of the message. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, like that. You know, so shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce. Beyonce.
I ain't doing no hate.
Yeah,
I ain't doing
absolutely.
No hate today.
So yeah, Black is King is coming. I believe that's debuting today or today, tomorrow, something like that, and that's on Disney Plus for those who, you know, we already know y'all already got it, so let's not pretend. Yeah, some of y'all if not, go get your passwords and shit from your peoples who got it, because you know you got to go get it. And I'm sure within I'm sure within a couple of hours though. Yeah. We gonna have it. Black we gonna have
Black
it.
Black King gonna be available.
It'll be available.
You got IPTV and all that. It's gonna be available. And I say go to Underground Rap because Disney does not deserve a black dollar.
No, they don't.
They do not deserve a black dollar.
They don't care for us. So.
You know what I'm saying? And that's been proven time and time again. Hell, the strongest story about Africa. Well, now they own Marvel. So I guess you could say Black Panther movie now. Oh. They didn't create the Black Panther movie though, but they own it now. But the Lion King.
Yep,
you know, there ain't no Africans in it.
It was animals.
You know what I'm saying?
All animals. And with
you
African attributes, some of them.
Yeah, you notice there's always medieval European cartoons. They got medieval Asian cartoons like Mulan. Even got Hawaiian Pacific Islander cartoons like Moana. But ain't no indigenous African cartoon. You know, with African people practicing indigenous African culture.
Not mainstream.
Not none on Disney.
Well, not Disney,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that particular company. True. But now that it's profitable, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to be on the side of black. Yeah.
So the same
Don't
company.
Be fooled by
same company that's been had Mickey Mouse for years. You ain't seen no hint of black culture, Mickey Mouse, and anything like that, and had opportunity after opportunity to help empower black people to tell their story. And now all of a sudden, and some people look at that as progress. I don't. We get so happy when a white company do something black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's progress. What? Because they get to make an extra $1 billion off our story? Yeah. How's that progress? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I guess I'm just an old cranky black man today.
You know, he getting a little older, y'all, and he loves, that's the persona that I think he loves. I think that's where it's gonna be when he gets older. I've got to brace myself because I'm gonna be sassy. I'm gonna talk shit, but I'm going by my business. But he wants to get his old cranky black man that's up and talk crazy to everybody and fill on women's food. That's what he's gonna do.
Only my nurse.
I'm not gonna be his nurse, y'all.
Only my you won't. You won't be my nurse. You'll be my queen. You won't be my nurse.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're not even in the pool for nurses.
I'm not gonna what?
You're not even in the pool of candidates for nurses.
I'm his first nurse, and he's not gonna put me in the pool.
You just gave up the job. You said you ain't gonna be the nurse. You've made that clear to me.
No, you've already told me what I'm not gonna be the nurse. You told me that. You don't want me as a nurse. My booty ain't gonna be as around as some little young folks. So you can get us a young nurse because it's gonna be a hard job. She needs a lot of energy, a high metabolism, because it's gonna be a lot of work to do. And I might, my remote might run out of batteries every now and then. Like, keep turning for me at the TV. Yeah, whatever, dude. Anyway, so we are already getting our roles and our things together for
Nurse Candy.
We get older in age, because I already know I'm gonna run through the town.
Baby, I dropped that over there. Can you pick it up?
They're gonna be like, "This your grandmama at the town square." Yes, I'm gonna be naked. So I'm just letting you know. Anyway, that has nothing to do with. I mean, who wants to know about what we gonna do?
Old and next. That's gonna be a sight. You still gonna be fine.
I'm gonna still be fine.
You still gonna be fine, though. You know what I'm saying? You will get arrested, because I'm sure it's probably still be. I'm gonna be in Africa. It's not gonna. There's some places that chop your titty off around there. Everything ain't all the same. See,
you're right. You're right. I'm gonna research that.
Think everybody a tribe and don't wear top.
Yeah, I'm gonna research that. I'm gonna go to the right one. How about that?
Go to Johannesburg, get that shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wonder who else is gonna Johannesburg.
You can't do that in Accra.
I don't even want to go Accra because Accra is a city. I'm gonna be in the country.
In the bush?
Yeah.
To visit.
To live. We'll be separate. I guess we'll be living separately.
I need Wi-Fi. So long as the bush got Wi-Fi.
The bush don't have Wi-Fi.
Some places don't. It's a real shortage. It's a real issue.
How he done bought into the stereotypes of Africa.
That's not a stereotype. That's why Akon is trying to do what he do.
That's one place for Akon.
But a lot of times it's the rural areas that have those problems. The area where you want to go. Now, the place where I want to go, I don't go. It's going to be electricity and everything. It's going to be everything.
There are a lot of compounds that are in the rural areas that have electricity and that have Wi-Fi and things of that nature. And coyotes are not going to bite you, and lions are not going to reach you.
But Africa also has some of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Of course.
And I want to live in one.
Well, you can have your place, and I'll have my place.
Are you trying to quit me on the air?
Nope. This is why you think people were sleeping except why you think in let's go back to our African ways.
Which one?
Why? You know, I don't. Any tribe, you will see that.
Real cherry pick.
Especially with those who have multiple wives. The women have their own places. The man got a little hut in the center, and we can come to you when we want you.
I wish I would
when
have
we
a
want
little
you.
I wish I would have a little hut.
When we want to go lay down and listen to your grumbling, we're gonna come to your hut. But otherwise, we're going home.
In my case, you'll come to the city.
And that's what I'm saying. We got our own places. That's what African traditions. You have your own.
What
places.
if I don't have more than one
Africans
wife?
knew that men and women didn't. We don't.
What if I don't have more than one wife?
And then you will see your wife on certain times. We'll have time.
Oh, so you trying to say you gonna?
If you say you want to live in the city, and I said I want to live in the rural area of the country, then yes. I mean, you know what, y'all? We ain't got much time. This is live and fun.
No, a black power sex symbol. Sure, you want to leave me alone in the African city, Mr. Midnight, the chocolate practicality. Go on, leave me alone. Leave me alone, and I'll cry if you want to.
Well, anyway, because I already know I'm the sunflower.
You are my sunflower.
You know,
my proof there is a sun.
There is a sun.
There are things I sacrifice for you. I won't for anyone.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Yeah, what else going? You know, Herman Cain. You know, rest in power for him. Power.
Yeah.
Whatever it is for him. You know, he's an ancestor now. And you know, we love black people. We love talking shit about each other. I just really just wish we would respect that. You know, that's an elder. He passed. You show love.
Well, we got a couple of them. You got Herman Cain.
Oh yeah,
and then you got John Lewis.
Yeah.
So we got to discuss because those are two black men who don't necessarily line up with us politically at all that we know of, that we're aware of. So how do you mourn that? How do you show your respect for that?
By just shutting up. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
No, people need to hear that.
Just shut your mouth and allow him to be memorialized in peace. Whoever loves him, let them love him and honor him. And we don't have to say anything.
And it's okay when you discuss them if you want to discuss the political record.
That's right.
That's true. It is okay to disagree.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Really
it's okay, but when we start like disrespecting their life, disrespecting their existence,
that's
like
right.
I heard somebody say, "Well, he went to a Trump rally, so he deserves to die." That's what his ass gets. Nah, you know, that's not cool.
We don't wish death on anyone.
Nah, you don't have to do that because those who are evil are wishing death on themselves.
Oh, thank you.
Those of us who are not, we need to just be moving and building something. We always love to talk about what we don't like. But what do you like?
Yeah.
And see, when you start talking about what you want, then you start getting convicted to have to do something about it. But we can sit up here and talk shit about the other team all day long. You know, Packers ain't hiring me. Well, hire yourself. Well, I don't want to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So you know, a lot of times cats like Herman Cain, they be on that entrepreneurship type thing, that ownership type thing, and they look at welfare programs and shit like that. And they look at that and say, well, that's creating a dependency mentality in my people, you know, and they shit, because the thing is, I can't grind out here as a black entrepreneur by myself. You need a mass movement of black people starting their businesses if black owned businesses are gonna survive. It can't just be a few of us sprinkled here and there. You know, but if everybody just living off their subsidy, you know, and ain't really trying to strive to do anything or build anything, they're like, shit, I got this card. I'll just go to Kroger's. Well, who's gonna start a store?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So so a lot of times those cats go Republican because they like those conservative conservatives talk about shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Racism on both sides. Two wings of the same bird. If you're gonna cry for John Lewis, you might as well cry for Herman Cain.
Might as well.
You know what I'm saying?
Might as well. And you know, and again, we don't know. We know that they did the best with what, especially Representative John Lewis, he did the best with what he knew and what he had at the time. And that's the way that's what I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give you that because there, you know, they've come up. He came up at a time he fought. He walked alongside of MLK. He did his part. We don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm not gonna dare say what he should have and could have done at that time.
I don't think we understand the stakes.
No.
But at the same time, it doesn't excuse the impact of some of those decisions.
That's right.
You know,
that's
John Lewis started out with SNCC, and you know, he became the acceptable Negro from SNCC. Let's just keep it keep it 100. Mm-hmm. It was him. It was Stokely Carmichael. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Stokely started screaming Black Power. Okay. Right. It ultimately left the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee because they wanted to be next. The other faction with John Lewis now, they want to be next up as far as the big six, those accepted Black leaders, Negro leaders. You know, John Lewis spoke at the March on Washington. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Young man. You know what I'm saying? And so that integrationist agenda, he became a part of that.
I understand.
You know, he became a part of it, and it's been a failed policy.
Well, but I'm sure, you know, I'm going to say that I know a lot about
that's
elders.
Not to besmirch him.
That's what I was going to say,
60 years later, let's look at it. Yeah, because you're looking at it back then, you talking about people that wasn't 100 years up from slavery, barely 100 years up from slavery, trying to negotiate for human rights for themselves in the most wicked country on the planet when it came to race. So I have a great deal of respect and, you know what I'm saying, and honor for those who fought. But some sold the hell out. And this is what elders said. You know what I'm saying? No. And some
you call it a spade a spade.
Yeah. Like a lot of them turned their back on Dr. King the last few years of his life because Dr. King was talking about coming to get money for poor people. You know, and John Lewis wasn't one of the ones that was really standing up real strong for Dr. King during that time.
And you saw what old boy who Black people love to say the first Black president was Clinton.
Clinton, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna get to that, you know, because I do want to point out, did a little research. Okay. John Lewis didn't vote for the crime bill in 1994. Okay. He voted against. Okay. Right? Now, in order for it to get to the House floor, right, they present one version of the bill. Right. So he was a part of the Congressional Black Caucus. That's all the blacks that are in Congress, right? Okay. And they usually come out and vote anything the white Democrats tell them to vote yay on. Okay. Well, they didn't like the bill because they saw all the money that was going towards law enforcement and building prisons, right? Okay. Well, in the original draft, they put in millions and millions, $1 billion was supposed to go to the hood too, to invest in Black communities. So John them voted, the CBC voted to get the bill on the floor. Yeah. But once it got on the floor, they changed it. They sliced the money that was coming to the people, kept the money that was going to build the prisons, right? But even then, it still passed, and only a few of them voted against it. A lot of the Black Congressional Black Caucus still voted for it, knowing that it was about to bring mass incarceration. They knew exactly what was going to happen.
It definitely, I'm for holding each other accountable. Yeah. On our BS and on the wrongs that we do. I'm for that. But let's do it tastefully. Let's do it while they're alive. Let's do it in where they can, you know, call them out on the platforms where it can make sense. But all that, you know, Black folks, we honor the dead. We don't play by the devil. We don't play by our money. We don't play by our children. We don't play by the dead. So let's just continue with that. Right. But let's not, because we go so far on, we get so emotional sometimes. And that's what I think I'm saying, is that we're a high side and we'll talk about the menial things as far as, you know, where he was Uncle Tom, but why was he Uncle Tom? Let's talk about that. Let's hold him accountable for those things that he did do that was causing
in America, we're taught to simplify things and to put a label on something. Dr. King, I have a dream. Yeah. You ain't thinking about nothing else. Yeah. Unless you go study Dr. King. You're Dr. King, I have a dream. Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Yeah. Dr. King, nonviolent. Malcolm X, violent. Even though Malcolm didn't hurt a flea. Didn't hurt nobody. Right? Yep. And so it's easy for us to label.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Than it is for us to study. And that's a byproduct of not learning your story in school from your perspective. You get out here and you don't know what to think. That's why Clinton got away with saying what he said yesterday at the funeral.
Oh, did.
You know? He was like, at one point, the movement, he was talking about SNCC, was moving more towards Stokely Carmichael. But John, in the end, prevailed.
Wow. What was he saying, babe?
Both
sides.
Well, shit. Basically, he was saying, you motherfuckers are almost talking about being powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You was almost talking about gaining real power.
Yeah.
But John became our friend, and he went at our pace.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he said.
Yep. Yep.
John was one of the ones that said, "Oh no, we're gonna go at y'all's pace, not at our pace. That we're going to compromise.
Yeah.
That I'm going to come with inside the system and be a voice." Whereas when you go study Stokely, go study Kwame Ture, go study his work, Stokely was right.
Yeah.
Stokely Carmichael, who we're going to call him Kwame Ture because that's his name. Kwame Ture lit the Black Power movement on fire. He was the one that was moving the youth away from the Dr. King model and going into this Black Panther model.
Yeah.
He was the one going in and organizing Black folk in droves and getting them out the vote in counties where we were the majority. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, ain't been through this turn of a cheek shit. We're not doing the sit-ins.
Yeah.
He was on the college campuses, radicalizing white youth as well.
Yep.
Shit.
Well,
Kwame Ture,
listen, you gonna get it.
Kwame Ture was carrying that torch, that Malcolm banner. You know what I'm saying? After Malcolm was gone, he's one of the ones that did that. Mukasa Ricks as well. You know what I'm saying? And so when Clinton said, the movement almost went the way of Stokely Carmichael. But what was wrong with the way of Stokely Carmichael?
Thank you.
Only thing wrong with the way of Stokely Carmichael was that they wasn't moving at a pace that white people accepted.
Yeah.
So Clinton put his pimp hand down.
Yes, he did.
Saying this is one of our niggas.
And why does tell why I'm talking about disrespectful? That was disrespectful to John Luke.
Oh, it was.
It was so disrespectful.
It was.
To
and he calling all the other Black men in there soft. Y'all ain't shit.
Yeah.
He got up in their face like, it almost went the way of Stokely. Looking at Obama now.
Yeah.
Y'all better nod your head and agree.
Yeah.
But John prevailed because none of us in here down with Black power, right? Ain't none of us in here down with self-determination. Ain't none of us in here down with all that hate that Stokely Carmichael spewed. Go study Stokely. Go study Kwame Ture. He all over Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all over YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And why would a former president of the United States be up there thanking God that the Black movement didn't go the way of Stokely Carmichael?
Yep.
Shoot, I thought that was a very poignant and powerful statement.
I believe so as well. I believe that he don't know how much he introduced to some and reminded others about it. So thank you for putting his name, even though you thought you was being slick and shit and calling out folks, but you brought him back to the forefront,
right?
And caused people to remember. Oh, that's who he is. Oh, that's what he was about. Oh no, that's why. So, and it just letting you know who.
Stokely Carmichael said this, one of his quotes: "Black power can be clearly defined for those who do not attach the fears of white America to their questions about it."
Okay.
Clinton was exploiting that fear of white America.
Yes, he was.
Right? He said the secret of life is to have no fear. It's the only way to function. Don't go the way of Stokely.
Yeah.
We were aware of the fact that death walks hand in hand with struggle. Don't go the way of Stokely.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't be being afraid. Don't be afraid to be in activism just because of death or what may happen. It comes
right. He said we had no more courage than Harriet Tubman and Marcus Garvey had in their time.
Come on.
We just had a more vulnerable enemy.
Come on.
Don't go. Y'all right. Don't study Stokely. Don't study Stokely.
Yeah.
Clinton say, thank God the movement didn't go that way. You know what I'm saying? Leaders in Africa are so corrupt that we are certain if we put dogs in uniforms, put guns on their shoulders, we'd be hard put to distinguish them. Because Michael went hard. He actually he moved to Guyana and was a part of the liberation struggle in Guyana. You know what I'm saying? So now this is a brother that all of our children should know about.
Absolutely. And Guyana is in South America, right? Central America. Where is Guyana?
Guyana's off the coast Africa. All right.
It's off the coast Africa?
Guyana.
I thought it was, I don't know what else.
It might be. You may be right. Our grandfathers had to run My generation's out of breath. We ain't running no more.
Ooh.
He's out a young man. You know what I'm saying?
He said we think we're done, so we can just stop. Our ancestors have to run out of breath. We ain't running.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Yeah, you know.
So that's the kind of cult kind of.
It was New Guinea, Baba. It was New Guinea.
New Guinea, my bad. New Guinea. Okay, I thought it was Guyana. It was New Guinea. Yeah.
Yeah, in the capital, Congaree, in the same place where Kwame Nkrumah was when he was exiled out of his place.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So yeah. Thank you, Clinton, for the plug. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
and it says all you need to say, you know what I'm saying, about the dichotomy, you know, in Black leadership. And we're going through that today. When you look around, you got the Black Lives Movement and all that kind of stuff. But you got to understand that those lines are still there. There are still lines that we'll get to where some Black folk will not cross.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so don't let that fool you. This should actually, white accept all the great division within Black leadership in the Black community.
Yeah.
I'm telling these folks, Malcolm ain't get busy. Malcolm got busy now.
What'd you say?
Malcolm got busy. Malcolm got busy with the NYPD, and Malcolm got busy with the LAPD.
Yes, he did. But you know, but he got busy from a power position.
He got busy like dirty busy. He got busy like everybody else.
Yeah, he didn't go in. He didn't go in with that. Let me kiss your ass first and tell you how many of y'all are great first. Busy. You know, he didn't preface it with first. Let me say, most police officers.
What I'm saying, Bobby, is the movie kind of paints a jaded picture of what actually happened. The movie is very disrespectful and very disgraceful to Malcolm's legacy and to the legacy of his family. That situation happened, but as a result of the situation happened, the Mosque number 7 and the mosque in California in LA was in a standoff, unarmed fighting situation with the LAPD and the NYPD.
Yeah.
Malcolm was in that mosque in the NYPD. Mosque number 7, and got down with the rest of them brothers in the NYPD. And then he went to LA, and that's when he gave that speech. If you remember that speech that he gave in LA after the police went in there. So he was on both coasts.
Yeah.
You know, while everything was going down. So like there's other stuff that go along with that. But these are the stories that we don't get. And because we don't get them, there's other, situation going on right there.
I mean, and in the movie doesn't even touch on the organization Afro-American Unity, what Malcolm was actually building after he left the nation, came back from Mecca. They just focused on that he saw a good white person.
Well, it was $30 million of Jew money that they gave to Spook League.
You said the J word.
Yeah. So $30 million of that. So you wasn't going to get a good outcome out of that whole situation. You was going to get whatever they paid for.
And that's that compromise. And that's that compromise that comes with a lack of ownership and also being up under the thumb of a corrupt government, a corrupt society that banks off of the lies told about your story. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, there was a divide between Spike Lee and Eddie Murphy. Spike Lee was coming and telling Eddie Murphy that he's supposed to be in a position, since he makes all of this money for Hollywood, to be able to do this and do that, right? He said, Spike, I respect you, but that's not my way.
Yeah.
So what did Spike do with his influence and legacy that's supposed to be the militant versus what did Eddie Murphy do? We had Coming to America. You look at Michael Jackson's Remember the Time, all of that's Eddie in the background. You understand what I'm saying? But all that's Eddie Murphy in the background, and he went off the beaten path and he put on his own people. And then when we wasn't messing with him, he put on his own self. He did all the characters. You understand what I'm saying? So he created a model for real quiet. You know, he didn't run away from Arsenio Hall when they turned their back on him. He didn't run away from him. He went to him and he did it quiet. What did Spike Lee do? Look at his films. He objectified his own sister in the films. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like, so that's how close it was in regards to the contrast. So that seeding of that X film was to discredit the Nation of Islam and implicate their involvement. So that was a big propaganda tool, and also to destroy Malcolm's legacy, because you know what the 90s was like. So they'd rather they'll X you out of the equation. You understand what I'm saying? You go from known to unknown by the time they get done with you. They gave you a 3-hour movie. Spike Lee told you to cut school and go see the movie. You understand what I'm saying? So 3 hours and nothing about Malcolm other than what they wanted to paint in his formative years.
Absolutely. Taking over the narrative.
Nothing about them being Garveyites. Nothing about them living in Canada, speaking multiple languages. None of that. It's not in the book either. So, we got to look at the autobiography that everybody loves so much. These are the only two places where they start talking this integration stuff, to where Malcolm never said these things out of his mouth. So if you look at his speech when he came back from Mecca, we got to really look at it. They asked him about integration in that interview. He said, I had never said nothing about it. Right? He said, I never said nothing about it. So, propaganda works in the way that it's supposed to.
I say. So, so speaking of that propaganda, y'all be on the lookout for it out here. All right. The game has not changed. All right. So that's what's up. We got to control the narrative, baby.
Always. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we work to whatever the lane that we're in, we educate. We educate so that we can control the narrative, so we can allow our children to learn the narrative so that they can control the narrative. And we also, the music that we do it as well. It's our story. It's from our perspective. No one else can tell our story like you can tell your own story. So we do in our own lane. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of new music, y'all be on the lookout. Got that anything? We're gonna make that available on our platform. We're about to get the Uhuru Academy School store back up. We're gonna be moving music and edu-accessories. Mama Nkoyo got the edu-accessories on deck. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
educational accessories. You know what I'm saying? That are super cool, fly and smart.
That's right. At the same time.
Right. So we're excited about that. The Uhuru Academy Summer School Session 3 is coming up August 10th. All right. We're enrolling, but spots are filling fast. All right.
Better get in where you fit in.
We're also enrolling for the fall as well. Okay. So y'all just go to Feeling Fast. UhuruAcademy.com. This is the best distance learning experience for a Black child, period. All right. Get in on it.
Point blank.
All right.
Especially in the light of COVID and what is forcing a lot of our children and the parents to educate the children at home, from home. And a lot of parents is not trusting. They're trying to force the children to go back into school and give them a new set of freaking rules. They're trying to really gather and garner them or usher them into this lifestyle of being in prison, because they're doing sit at this table, sit this far apart, and put on this mask, and you can't do this. What kind of mess is that? Who wants to do what child? I don't care, from 5 to 15 is going to want to be doing interact with their friends with a face mask on. It's silly. So they're really trying to just create a new normality for us, and we got to fight against it. So a lot of parents are like, no, my children are not going back. So just look for it's going to be a mass exodus of parents, Black parents, is what I'm talking about. As far as saying, no, we're going to stay at home. We're going to homeschool. They're going to be withdrawing or not going to make homeschool or putting them into online school. So this is where we've been doing this for 4 years. So we're so grateful to have already worked out the kinks, because, there are a lot of big ISDs. When this stuff hit and they were trying to go online, it took them a whole semester to try to get all the kinks out and figure out how to run an online program. We already got that, y'all. We've already got worked out. You know what I'm saying? So UhuruAcademy.com, www.UhuruAcademy.com. Register today.
That's right. Shout out to my brother Khalil Muhammad as well. Talked to him today about coming in as a math specialist for the Uhuru Academy. Shout out to my brother King Shakur. Met with him yesterday. He has a great creative writing curriculum that he's offered up for the Uhuru Academy. Oh man, I was tying hip hop in with creative writing, off the chain. Shout out to Rob Bay, who just submitted the Young and Limitless Spiritual Development Curriculum for young people. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to be bringing into the back into the fold in the Uhuru Academy. So got a lot of exciting things going on right now. A lot of exciting. Shout out to all my Uhuru Academy interns and assistant teachers that have come on board. Haiti Lair, Sean Gales, Michael Whitley, my boy PJ Keenan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that whole crew, the future of African-centered education. Shout out to Uhuru Academy SC, the whole crew out in South Carolina, getting ready to do our thing once again. And also shout out to Prince Circle of Legends Academy in Houston, about to reopen. And shout out to Nu Afrikan STEM Academy, ready to be open. Also shout out to Liberation Farms in Detroit.
Yeah,
you know,
doing anything.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. So don't think ain't nobody out here doing nothing.
We got affiliates. Who Academy affiliates? You know what I'm saying? So yes, we doing the work. What are you doing? Let's do some work. Do your part. You know, whatever that is. This is no indictment upon you, but find your lane and get it. Get it. It's time to educate your family, yourselves, and your community. Let's get it together so that we have an alternative to what they're trying to give us, to what they're trying to present to us. We'll be able to have something to say, no, I know that that's not right. I got this over here. So no, thank you. Dirty class, clean glass.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, baby, doing our thing. I got a couple events coming up.
That's right.
Let me see. Let me go to, let's get the first one right. If I go into the right message here.
Booyah. Are you talking about August 1st?
August 1st, tomorrow, the African Independence Movement.
Yeah.
African Independence, the Nu Afrikan Independence Day. Okay. Tomorrow. Right. Check our timeline for information on that. Yeah. The Nu Afrikan Independence Day celebration tomorrow. I think it's going from 4 to 9, I believe. You know, 4 p.m. to 9. We go on about 4:30. And I think that's Eastern time, so it might be 3:30 out to Central. So I have to check. Yeah, but I believe we go on about 4:30 tomorrow. Eastern time, born. Yeah, so that'll be 3:30 out of time. Yeah, so we're going on, and so looking forward to that. Also, shout out to the whole crew that's organizing the 100 years of the Whirlwind, the 100th anniversary celebration of the RBG flag, the red, black, and green, and that's jumping off on August 14th through 16th. 14th through the 16th. We're proud to be a part of that as well. I'm talking about every presenter you can think of. You know what I'm saying? 3 days, man, of great presenters, including us. As well as I know Mwalimu Baruti is going to be participating. Mama Ya going to be participating, so it's going to be a great event.
I think Sister Tria's going to be on there, I believe. So it's going to be some good.
Dr. Samoris, the crew of the Kamali Academy will be there. Dr. Kim Hotep will be there. So it's going to be some great minds coming together for that weekend. So I'm looking forward to that.
Bob Marcus Klein also is there. He's gonna be in the building too.
Okay, so Baba Klein gonna be there. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So we're looking forward to that, and to do our thing. But y'all, we got to get ready for a celebration.
We do.
We graduate. We can't scream Black Power if you don't empower Black people.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a graduation celebration to prepare for. But hey, I hope we kept that grind on the way home, be a little bit smoother, be a little thought-provoking. You know what I'm saying? Just doing our thing. Shout out to Do the Knowledge Radio, Knowledge Born in the house. But yeah, man, I'm Bob Amin.
Mama Nkoyo.
It's been a live at 5.
Ooh. Peace till next time, y'all. We talk to y'all later.
All right, next week. He say, she say.
He say, she say next week, next Friday, y'all. Yes.
All right there. Black Power.
Black Power.
All right, Black
Power.
Power.
Y'all later. Peace.
So don't forget to catch us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Do Knowledge Radio. 100 Years of World War series coming up with Baba Oba Wajumi Oyalinke will be in the building. All right. So catch us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Apologies earlier for all of those technical difficulties. There was a lot going on. We had a severe rainstorm over here, and it had the connection all glitchified. So Shout out to Baba Amin, Mama Nkoyo. See you at 7 o'clock, 1 hour from now. Peace.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Right in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.